Shehzad, respond to that point by Rashid Kidwai, that it's not as if you only have to say good things to be in the good books of the leaders who matter. You could have been a dissenter, and yet the Congress gives you space, which wouldn't happen in the BJP. Look at what you did with Yashwant Sinha. Look at how Subramaniam Swamy is out in the wilderness.
Rahul, then, you know, I can even cite my personal example. All I said was, let's have an election in the Congress party. They did not need to throw me out from the Congress, and they would have kept all the other dissenters, including the G23. How many of the G23 members have been given proper accommodation or space to speak their mind in the party? So, you know, Congress preaching about tolerance and democracy is like Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong's family preaching about democracy in North Korea. I think nobody buys that. And if they were so democratic indeed, then they should come out and tell us what is their stand on those people who dissent with them in the party. So, but they have taken action on those who have dissented with the High Command.
But what the presidential elections and the vice president's nomination shows is the fact that the opposition is in complete disarray. Rahul Srivastav. And many would use these elections to argue that if they can't even pick a worthwhile candidate, how in the world will opposition parties come together to try and declare one candidate per seat, which is what's been spoken of but never done in the 2024 elections against Prime Minister Modi and the BJP? And does that then mean that 2024 is a done deal?
Rahul, 2024 is far, but the fact is that when we discuss Margaret Alva, I think the story is much beyond what is emerging. You see, somebody who has had a bittersweet relationship got mended, I think, when Mrs. Alva's husband passed away. Rahul Gandhi had visited her, so there was some kind of amending offences. But the fact is, as Rashid said, perhaps the most critical line now, it is not the Congress which picked up the Congressperson as a candidate. This is a repeat. When Pranab Mukherjee was picked up by Mulayam Singh Yadav, the Congress was not interested. It waited for something which never happened, and it is Sharad Pawar and Yachuri who made it fair to comply for the Congress party. That Margaret Alva will be the candidate, whatever political messaging may happen in Karnataka or wherever. Some people say it is perhaps because there was nobody else ready to contest a losing battle. Margaret Alva might have said yes. Now, come to the story of the president election, Rahul. Congress does not have its weight or have the pelf now. It is Mamata Banerjee and TRS who decide who is going to be the presidential candidate. So the Congress again loses out. So the principal opposition party does not decide or has no strong say in the decision on the president or the vice presidential candidate in the country. It wants to challenge Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 24 and the elections, assembly elections before that. The Shiv Sena is a part of the troop which goes with Mr. Yashwant Sinha to file the nominations. If you recall, if you take out the pictures, the Shiv Sena members were there. Shiv Sena is voted for Draupadi Murmu. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha is an ally of the Congress party, has voted against the opposition choice. You see the multiple levels of disarray. The NCP member in Gujarat has voted for Draupadi Murmu. You have Akalis voting. You see the crisis, Rahul, is the principal opposition party has lost tremendous space in this last 2 months, I think, on these two elections. Beyond that, the cohesiveness of the opposition is totally in disarray now.